个，往前后面是冲一下 IG。
这个是中国的。
Hello and welcome to Crossfire Stars 2016 in Suzhou, China, and we are here for day 2, and it feels like day 1 already, and it's quarterfinals and none of the teams has been knocked out yet. And Joshua, please fill us in day 1 because none of the teams has been knocked out yet. Please fill us in.
Exactly. Hello guys, my name is Joshua Kim. You can follow me on Twitter at DZMins. Let's talk about the first day a little bit. Now let's talk about Group A. Kowai coming out on top. We did not expect that to happen.
Not at all, man.
We thought AG would blow out the tournament, but Kowai running away with it, playing against Russia in overtime, definitely showing us that they earned their spot at the top seed. Now in Group B, VG Gaming, they were predicted to be at the top seed, and obviously they are still there. It's Flipside Freedom and Team WoW. Now we're expecting a great performance from Team WoW today in the losers bracket, but all three of them are going to play for it. It's up for grabs, and it's going to be exciting. Now in Group C, Hemel Brave, they beat out the 3-time national champions of Brazil.
Yeah.
And they made it here in the grand finals, and they've also shown us why they are such a formidable opponent.
They are
very, they are very aggressive. They are very calculated, and they also beat out Pacific Wara, the sister team of Pacific Makta, and we all know that they have a small rivalry stemming from last year, but it was exciting to see. And yeah, there you have it. That's Kowai, VG, and Hemel Brave in the quarterfinals already.
And I know I shouldn't be asking you this, but I want to ask you, and there is this losers bracket going on right now, and who do you think will not make it out of the group tonight?
Oh, I mean, I guess we had to say it, don't we? Well, we have AG versus XCN today, China versus Indonesia, and Freedom versus Team WoW, Vietnam versus America, and then Hidden versus Insane, Korea versus Japan. All right, well, AG, they lost yesterday against Russia, and I'm sure they're going to have to get their heads together, play for the Chinese fans, and it's going to be hard for XCN to come out with a win. So I'm gonna have to say China's gonna go up and Indonesia's dropping down. Now in Group B, we have Freedom versus Team WoW. That's up in the air. To be honest, I mean, Vietnam, historically, they've played very well, but America, Team WoW, also coming out to CFS last year as well, but Team WoW's a new team. They're fairly aggressive. I can't really say, but let's take the safe bet and say Vietnam's gonna win it and America's gonna drop out. And now in Group C, Hidden versus Insanes. Well, Hidden played against Brazil, and Brazil's aggressive play style was a little bit too much for Korea, but I feel like they are going to evolve and try to play a bit more aggressive against Japan. Try that out, because that's what they had to do to compete against the more aggressive team. So I'm gonna have to say Japan might be knocked out of Group C.
Seriously, well, Hidden's gonna have to do better if they want to make it out of the group tonight, and I bet Matt is ready to take it away. Matt, are you ready? Please take it away.
Hao, and welcome to the Crossfire Stars 2016 Grand Finals. I'm Matt Andrews, thanks to Suzhou and Joshua, and we are live here with day 2 here in the beautiful city of Suzhou in China, and we have a great day of action following a great day yesterday. Let's firstly thank our sponsors and our host Smilegate, our partner Tencent, and our sponsor Banana Culture for all of their amazing organization of this weekend. Great day of action yesterday with 12 teams fighting in 3 groups, and after all of our games, Kauai from Colombia were champions of Group A. VG from China won Group B, and Hemo Brave from Brazil topped Group C. Now, how did we get there? Well, in our opening match, we had an upset as the Russian team, RU Legends, beat the popular home team, AG. Kauai then put away the Indonesians, XCN, and in our Group A final, it was Kauai who came out on top over the Russian team. In Group B, another group with great games. European team, Flipside Tactics, first beat the Vietnamese team, Freedom Gaming. Then we had VG from China put away the American team, Team WOW 10-4. And in our Group B final, it was VG who were victorious in securing their place in the quarterfinals. In Group C, more great games that we showed on Stage A and Stage B. The Brazilian team, Hemo Brave, they beat Hidden from South Korea. Then the Insanes from Japan lost to Pacific Wara from the Philippines. And in our Group C final, it was Hemo Brave who were victorious. Then, at the end of yesterday, we had our tournament draw to determine who will play who in today's quarterfinals. Kauai will be playing the runner-up of Group C. VG will be playing whoever is second in Group A. And Hemo Brave, they will be awaiting the runners-up of Group B and our two wildcard teams. They were drawn to play each other. That's what's going to happen in our quarterfinals. To find out the teams who will be there, we're going to go straight into the games with our losers bracket final, then our group finals, those quarterfinals, and then our semi-finals are all coming to you live today on day 2 of the Crossfire Stars 2016 Grand Finals.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, from Suzhou, China, for the Crossfire Stars Grand Finals. I am Lee D-Man Smith, and joining me once again is Phil Momo Whitfield for here on Stage A. Of course, Stage B is going to be kicking off a little bit later on. But first up today, we're going to have All Gamers up against the Executioners. Two of the first losers we saw here yesterday. And the biggest shock, really, for everyone here is the fact that All Gamers are in this loser bracket match.
Yeah, I did not expect to be coming into day 2, looking at All Gamers off the back of a loss, and really facing a tough task here. This is no easy game for them. Yes, the fans are here. You can see the signs are all cheering on AG, but it's a best of 1. And remember that we saw a couple of upsets. In fact, we saw 2 out of 2 out of our first 2 games go the way of, you would say, the less preferred
the upsets,
team.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, and all gamers need to come out here. They need to do what they did in Manila, which we saw firsthand, and they need to up their game because yesterday they got shut down. In fact, yesterday they went straight up against RU Legends. It was 10-5. It was a bit of a blowout.
Yeah, it was a blowout, and RU Legends clearly came in prepared for this, Non. Now, the question is, Executioners, of course, lost to Kauai yesterday, 10-7 themselves. That was on Black Widow. And, of course, All Gamers lost on Port. So today we're going to be playing on Ankara. Yeah. A very different map, obviously, from Port, which honestly was probably a big favorite for RU Legends. Obviously, the way they played it certainly suited them, of course. If you are just tuning in and unaware of what exactly happened yesterday, you can see, obviously, we started out yesterday. We are in the Doshu Stadiums here in Suzhou, China. And, of course, $400,000 up for grabs, thanks to our host, Smilegate, of course, Tencent Games, and, of course, Banana Culture, who are the production here. Here's the prize breakdown. It is $200,000 for the first place, $100,000 for second. Not too shabby indeed. Third and fourth place matches also will be taking place. That will be all tomorrow. Best of 3 and best of 5 for the final. 70,000, 30,000 respectively. 400k overall. These are the teams, of course, that are taking part. Vici, big favorite so far. 10-4, 10-4. Easy stuff for them. They've disposed of their opponents. Pacific Wara, they had a struggle, the Filipino team. Flip side also, they faced Vici. They were on the back end of one of those 10-4 whoopings that have happened. But Himo Brave through to the quarterfinals already. Solid stuff from them. And of course, Kauai, the Latin Americans, through to the quarterfinals. Somewhat of a surprise, Phil.
Yeah, I'd say they were probably one of the biggest surprises. A lot of the teams kind of wrote them off, a lot of the players and experts as well. But for me, RU Legends really kind of came out the block strong yesterday. The Russians, they look good, they look strong, and I've got them going into a top 4 placement for myself and my predictions. But let's have a look at the group stage and how those groups obviously were split up. There will be wanting to battle their way back. You've of course got Hidden there in Group C. They'll be wanting to face off against Insanes in their loser bracket game. That'll be coming up just after this.
They're going to struggle in that one. That's a tough one. It looked like Insanes went 10-7, I think, with Pacific Wara yesterday, so it was a very close game. Got carried pretty heavily by their sniper, whereas Wara just didn't turn up against Himo Brave. It was a dominant performance from Himo Brave in the end. They didn't pick up a single round on defense Pacific Wara, which was somewhat surprising. That was on the last game of yesterday. It was on Mexico as well. Real big shock for everyone involved. They just couldn't get things going, whereas we've seen how strong snipers can be. Think of, obviously, Kauai, who already were the first team to get to the quarterfinals, how they used Alejo, their sniper, to effectively basically take control of the map. And obviously, we have all gamers coming up. You know, 70kg, he's worldwide known in Crossfire, been around for many a year. This is how it's all laid out, of course, for you guys. RU Legends sat waiting in the winners group. Of course, they lost out to Kauai, but they are now waiting to see who's going to win out this game, All Gamers versus Executioners. Flipside also sat waiting for the winner of Freedom versus Team WoW. That's going to be happening on stage B, just behind us. Group C, this is going to be coming up on this stage just a little bit later. We're going to be having Hidden versus Insanes, and Pacific Wara will face the winner of that game. Himo Brave, of course, going through yesterday, our second quarter finalists. So solid matches yesterday. A long day, really going to shake out the tournament today. A lot of eliminations, unfortunately, but only one team can win it at the end of the day. So we're going to be through. It's going to be obviously loser bracket matches, then we're going to be into the quarterfinals, and then finally the semifinals to round out the day. Starting out, All Gamers versus Executioners. So that is going to be later on. Hidden versus Insanes will be here on the next matchup on this stage, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And then, of course, Flipside Tactics. No, tell a lie. Flipside's going to be here. Hidden versus Insanes is on stage B. Flipside is going to be the next game here, the quarterfinal matchup, I believe.
I mean, we've got a lot of games. We've got a lot of games going on, but just to touch on what you said before, D-Man, is today we really get our teeth stuck into this tournament. We send a lot of teams home, and yes, it sounds harsh, but for me, this is where it gets exciting. This is where champions are made, and these are all national finals pushed together here. And we are only, of course, going to see one grand finalist, the champion, if you like. We'll see 2 grand finalists.
So Himo Brave are going to face either Freedom, obviously, facing off against Team WoW. That's going to be the first knockout game, and then Flipside. So one of those will be Himo Brave's target. So you would expect maybe Flipside get there, but predictions have gone all out the window. And, of course, that's going to be our quarterfinals and semi-final matches later on today. Literally, it's like a field of every single team almost taking part. It's like these guys will face these guys. One of them in there will face each other. We don't really know which way it's going to go. There is the trophy, of course, that everybody wants to get their hands on. It is a fantastic giant gleaming. I don't know how much that weighs. It's going to be probably pretty heavy. I can't imagine one person's going to pick that up on their own unless you're like stacked out.
Maybe it's one of those fake trophies, you know. Looks heavy, isn't heavy. You never know, but it looks beautiful. And looking beautiful this morning, of course, is All Gamers here. Even there, smiley as ever. And you know what? This is a different mentality. All Gamers yesterday,
super serious.
They didn't look like this. And straight away, I think, you know, even on the end there, he had 70kg just kind of chatting away to his teams left and right. And let's have a look out for these players. And, of course, the sniper being 70kg. The attackers, or the entry ones, entry fraggers, will be LSN and TMQ. And, of course, a team with plenty of accolades behind them.
TMQ had problems yesterday, struggled out, 70kg. RU Legends kind of basically singled him out and ignored him effectively. Didn't challenge out in the mid. That was on port, of course. ZQ certainly played well. Had to cover off the B site yesterday on Port along with Even. They certainly were very busy, struggled out. Even himself had an absolute magnificent game. We saw him even in the matchup in the second half. He was, 13 frags, where everybody else was on, 3 or 4. He was miles ahead of his team, so really played predominantly. TMQ, as I say, struggled out, didn't get a single frag in the first 5 rounds, so wasn't his day yesterday, hoping to step up his performances. And of course, LSN, everybody knows him, absolute legend of the game.
I like his weapon variations there. He literally can use a bit of anything.
Bit of everything, yeah. Whatever's up for grabs.
Yeah, real talented young player. And looking to make an impression here. He didn't yesterday. Can he do so today? Of course, the fans here, you can see a glimpse of it. We can see
right in front of us. In fact, they are
an absolute.
Well, I mean, you see she's like that massive fur coat. That's because it's absolutely freezing in this arena right now at the moment. We're a little cold, but of course their opponents, the Executioners, XCN, coming into this one. Not the greatest performance from them, the Indonesians, yesterday. A little surprising to see them go down to Kauai. I think they were a little shocked by it themselves. They did okay. It was 10-7 in the end, but it was just a couple of big moments that they just missed out on. A couple of those key 1v2s, 2v1s going on, and it wasn't their day. But of course, let's introduce the team for you. Starting out, of course, it will be Kern, P&C. We'll call him Pandy yesterday. It's a mistake from us. P&C, Kern, Levine, Shock, and Fires. Fires did very well. Fires was the sniper that came through and was actually dominating mid. Nobody really challenged him.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this tournament, I mean, looking at this profile, you can see, you know, their accolades a little bit less than AG, but one of the players which really stood out was Fires. We talked a lot about kind of the expert.
P&C did very well.
And they had a lot to say. PNC did do some damaging stuff as well, but it wasn't enough, of course, against Kauai. They lost out 10-7.
I love the fact that he's got national. They're all national finalists, winners.
Yeah.
Of course, all their careers should have that in there. But Shock did very well. Shock and PNC, they were the 2 guys that were really holding out in that mid. They were covering off and preventing them going into the. I'll tell you where it was. What's Catwalk? Catwalk. That's where they were defending Catwalk yesterday. So I'm trying to think what map they were on. They were on Black Widow. Fires, as I mentioned, he actually had Alejo on lockdown. He actually was winning out in that duel, and to the point that Alejo stopped doing that duel. And we saw how successful Alejo was later on in his matches, obviously reaching those quarterfinals. So XCN, not going to be a walkover here for All Gamers. It's going to be a tough old matchup. First game of the day once again for All Gamers. This time, as you say, they need to be prepared because they were kind of rolled over by the Russians yesterday, 10-5.
Yep, and of course this bit of a do-or-die match for sure.
As you say, though,
you need to step it up.
You were talking about body language. It's definitely a bit more buoyant this morning.
Yesterday they were almost like, you know, they looked a bit timid and tired. Today they look refreshed. They've had the time, bear in mind, because they did lose straight away.
Not like they've had to travel far. It's like they've got no excuse, really. They can't go, we're jet lag, boys. So what? We're in we're in Suzhou, which is right next to Shanghai, where most of these guys are based, actually. So it's not really like they've had to travel a long distance as opposed to their opponents from Russia, who, to be fair, depends where you live in Russia. Sometimes you might not have too far to travel.
Indonesia.
To China. No, I'm on about RU Legends yesterday.
Oh, right, yesterday. Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, the Indonesians, they didn't have very far to travel either. It's not too far. Certainly not anywhere like we had, but it is going to be Ankarat, the first map of the day. Everybody is in server, ready and waiting to go, so hopefully no delays this morning. And hopefully we get things to go. If you are new to Crossfire, well, you may be. It is MR9 rules, first to 10, of course. And if we were to go to overtime, it will be MR3, max rounds, that is MR.
I hope to see a few more overtimes. I'm not saying this is the game to see it, but I'd like to see some going into those quarterfinals and semi-finals. I feel like these teams can really go tooth and nail against each other. These are obviously the directional ways to get to A, but it's never this simple. In-game, you're going to see a lot of holding, a lot of going for that first entry frag. But if you would like to just walk up the middle and walk straight into B, this is the way to do it.
I believe this was the map we saw Pacific Mac to get absolutely destroyed on in Manila.
And I'm trying to think who they were playing, because I think
Hemo Brave. It was the Hemo Brave game, I think it was. Yeah.
I was trying to think whether it was All Gamers or it was them.
No, it was Hemo Brave. They destroyed them on this map. It was a big upset, of course. That was in the Crossfire Stars Manila Invitational. earlier on. Back in October now that was, so it seems so long ago. There's been so much traveling for both of us, Phil. We've been all here, there, and everywhere. But here we are in China, in Suzhou. And of course, these are the routes you can take. And this is the straight defensive route almost on the retake effectively. Don't expect to see the attackers taking this route unless they've got something really weird going on in their tactics. Everybody with the signs. No idea what they say other than AG.
I was going to say the same. You see that across them all. The Chinese, of course, are supporting their home team. 70 kg. Again, body language looks good. Smiles all round. Confident, I would say, going into this one. And so they should be. They can't let the defeat to the Russians hold them back. And they're going up against a team which arguably were in a very similar position to them. They lost out to an opponent. Of course, that being Kawhi, which a lot of people will have dubbed to take that. I mean, speaking to some of the experts on this, I mean, they actually had XCN down as a bit of a dark horse this tournament. And I tell you what, knocking down all gamers, which, don't get me wrong, it is not impossible to do. They could send them home right here, right now, and really change this game up.
Question is, Phil, are you ready?
Am I ready? Yes.
Are you ready?
I have been ready for about 2 hours, in all honesty, D-Man.
In all honesty, we've been here for about 2.5 hours in total. I think we've been ready. We've been ready for quite a while. Waiting for this game to start. And here it is, game one of the day. Here at the Crossfire Stars Invitational, Grand Finals, I should say, not the Invitational. These guys are all national finalists. The question is, can they be Grand Finalists? Can they reach that big ultimate goal that everybody wants? But this is the loser match. First team to go out will be right here, right now.
Well, the first player to go out is Even, and PNC, is he going to kick that one off? Rocking the M4 here, you see. And he's actually got very aggressive here. The bomb has gone down. And now they need to play for the retake. It is a 4v4 as Kern has already fell. Another gunfight goes down. That's going to be Shock deleting ZQ. And the trade comes in for LSN, 28 seconds left on the clock now, and a 3 versus 2 is going to go in, but flashbangs as well. It's going to be very difficult to retake. All gamers looking strong here on the defense.
So flashed out. Flashy smokes, everything coming their way, because the thing is, XCN was so fast to get into B side, straight through Hotel. I think we didn't actually get to see the route they took because he was so fast coming in. LSN does manage to get himself a frag there. You can see PNC gets taken down, and the retake is good. Coming out, all gamers straight in there. I think, like I say, I think they went Hotel. I didn't actually get to glimpse of it because we were so slow getting into the game there. But a real quick start from all gamers.
Yeah, absolutely. Kicking things off at 100 miles an hour. And great to see. I love a fast-paced start to a game. TMQ, he started off slow yesterday. Now he's already picked up 2 frags in the first opening round. And you know what? It's
straight through
very
Hotel
similar.
Again. Straight through Hotel. They're just absolutely piling around the corner. 70 kg, there's the smoke. This is the quick, fast, furious, aggressive style we expect to see from the Chinese. This wasn't what we saw yesterday. It was slow-paced. They weren't really sure how to deal with the Russians, but today they absolutely have it on lockdown. But today, it seems, is not their day, because PNC is holding strong. We can see him just keeping them at bay, even though picks up a quick double. Now it's a 2-on-1. He's going to have to go all 4 in this round. He may even be 5. I didn't actually catch whether he caught one right at the start, but they have a good chance. Now he's picked up the bomb. Is he going to? You assume he's going to go for the plant, but he's got 1 minute 28. He might try and go for the rotate through mid, you know.
Yeah, one thing he can do.
This is going to take it to a 1-on-1 with, it's Levine that's around the corner any second. I tell a lie, he's going around the back. So this actually could work out if he's quiet enough. And they've got to realize the bomb didn't go down. They have to realize it's going to A now. You can see, I'm looking at the mini-map, I can see the doubt in their mind. They're starting to look around. There's Levine. Even's
in a really good spot here. He's not going to go for that frag. He's actually going to back off, and it looks like he's going for that plant. He's going to swap out here.
More bullets.
AK, but yeah, he's got to act quick, and you can see almost him making a little bit of noise to try and get this bomb down, but we can see the mini-map, and Shock and Levine, they're not close.
They're still looking towards B. They're still not really checking this way. He might catch Levine in the back here. We can see him on the X-ray, just tucked behind that building. So Even goes around the world, gets himself the plant down. Let's look at the actual action. There we go. Levine is going to be the man that challenges Even, taken very low. Levine coming out heavily on top in that duel. And now he has to play this perfectly. He's in an unusual position just on the stairs. On the side, he's going to miss the shot on Shock. And that will be easy stuff in the end by the Executioners. They take it 1-1.
Yeah, great play from Shock there. I've got to hand it to him. Reactions were absolutely insane, and even was in a pretty good position. He had a lot of health as well. It wasn't like he was one shot, but this time Shock turns up, and now we level things out one apiece.
I mean, it was the right choice for him. He obviously went for that long-range duel. That's the challenge. He needed to make it a quick 1v1, and then obviously back away onto site and make it another 1v1. But it just didn't work out for him. Missed his shot, and we'll see how it works out. All gamers, change of tactics this time, and actually aggressive stuff from Executioners. If you can't really see it here, but on the minimap, they've sent both Fires and PNC to go aggressive in Hotel, which has been the push that all gamers have used the last 2 rounds. But as of now, they're going across towards A site, making the push through vents.
It's going to be led by TMQ. He's definitely started off better. He's got to find one just around the corner. TMQ finds his 4th, and Shock falls down. This is where the speed comes in. They're going to power through. TMQ finding a 2nd. Levine answering back, but TMQ's got the triple. And now only 2 remain. It's Fires and PNC, and they are miles away. The bomb can go down, and the time will be cut short here. Can they play the retake?
Yeah, met by cheers and jeers from the crowd. They want it, and they're hoping to see their team, one of the home teams, go through. Grenade from PNC, not really going to find its home, and this is a real tough retake. 2v4, Fires and PNC. Grenades just using about everything they had. That's a good nade. That caught them nicely. You can see they go down, but it's TMQ. Picks up the ace, I think.
Yeah, he did. He had the triple to enter, and he picks up the double as well to finish this round. I've got to say it again, he started off so slow yesterday, and this is what we talked about with All Gamers. He's now in round number 4, and he's already on 8-1. Bear that in mind, that is more than his whole team combined. Nearly double that, in fact. However, they will be on the attack, and this is strong through the middle. They are pushing down underground and maybe looking for a bit of a pinch here on the opposition. There is one lingering round. I think that's LSN.
In mid to B, it's working well. Like you say, going through the underground, they're going to get themselves in here completely unseen. Now, just coming from Hotel, we can see Fires making his way around the corner, but TMQ is there again, picks himself up 1, even gets the other, and this is complete domination so far for More Gamers. Plant will come in. There's nothing they can do to challenge out. Levine gets himself 1, but it's a simple trade. Even will pick up that kill. And now just Shock left, and he's given his position away. Evans already knows where he is. Going to challenge around the corner, but Shock straight into the crosshairs. Easy headshot for him there. Good crosshair placement. Now he's going to try and use that smoke to his advantage, try and push on through. Nade goes out. Is it enough to sell 70 kg the dummy? I don't know. He's going to try and peek around the side there. TMQ pushes his position. Well,
it's number 10.
I talked about how this man is one of the best players in China. 10-1 in 4 rounds.
Absolutely insane. Fantastic play. And you know what? This does look pretty one-sided, and rightly so at the moment. All Gamers looking very hot here. TMQ going for a bit of a different strategy.
No frags so far for ZQ or 70 kg. They don't need them.
No, I mean, there's only so many kills on a map, and TMQ is sweeping them all up at the moment. But we're going again towards the A bomb site, and ironically enough, XCN, they've put 3 over at B.
Well, I mean, LSN does get taken down this time. Shock backs away quickly. TMQ comes around the corner, and he doesn't lose out in those duels, does he? 70 kg picked himself up his first frag of the game, as well as they take control of A site. Now, they have it well locked out. Levine waiting for the support from Fires to push forward. There's the flash going through. Is it going to be enough to try and catch them off guard? Doesn't look it. That's a lot of damage on Even. That nade should be able, it should be able to take him out, but he missed it. Tosses it out the side there. She will take down 1, but 70 kg's picked up 3 in this round now so far. It is PNC, the last man, and of course it's TMQ. Who else? 12-1 for him now. Jesus.
This is getting out of hand, and that's to say the least. We're only in round 6, and we're at the start of it. 12-1. Can't highlight that enough. Again, ZQ sat here without a frag to his name, and he's only got 2 deaths, to be fair. He's kind of just ran in and just been there. However, this is going to be quick. He's fast, and now Fires kick things off with the sniper as well. SN answers back, but PNC is going to get a nice double on the board. There is 1 man left alive, and it's TMQ. He's got 13 already to his name and only 3 on the opposing team. Shock's going to take damage, and Even's going to put him to bed as well. 2v2. TMQ still alive, and it's all down to Levine. If they pull this off, I can't help but feel the momentum is going to be too much.
While it was a 3-on-2, it effectively became 2 1-on-1s.
Yeah.
And both go in favor of All Gamers. Suddenly, the 1 man left for XCN is in trouble. It's Levine, and he's actually rotating towards B, which is not where, as we can see, All gamers are heading. They're going straight towards that A site. So he's going to be out of position, which means he's going to have that really awkward retake. He's got himself the scope, and that's not going to help him a great deal, the sniper rifle at this stage. And he's way out of position, so bomb plant will come in. I believe it's 14-1, is it now, for TMQ?
Definitely 13. There it is, you're 14.
On the 6th round, Jesus.
I missed one. Can he make it 15? That's the real question. Or is Levine going to do something magical with the rifle? He's pushing through the mid, but time is ticking.
They're
20
not
seconds.
looking, actually. They're both looking towards mid, so now they're coming across. Okay, so Evan's the man that's going to be watching this position. As soon as he comes around that corner, gets a little glimpse towards him. They know where he is now. I think it was a nade just come over the top. Yeah, just quite catch on Levine. And TMQ gets it. 15-1 for TMQ. Holy moly. This guy is looking for a record here.
Yeah, I actually asked the question yesterday. In fact, no, this morning I said, you know, what is the record for kind of the most in one game? And we certainly could be seeing it here. TMQ 15-1. However, it'll end short. At the moment, XCN can't even string a round together. We're going into round number 7 here. Let's see what they can do. All gamers again on the attack, and this time pushing through the middle. ZQ, Even, and TMQ. This time it's an easy kill. It's one in the back of the head of Levine. Oh, you can find another. He's right next to him. Right past him. Shock. Through the smoke of nowhere. He's going to find ZQ, but that should be traded out. Kern's going to find himself one as well, and TMQ, he comes in for number 17. LSN finds another, and now a 3 versus 2.
This is just going their way, isn't it? It looks like all gamers' day. Bread and butter stuff as they just keep on piling through. TMQ, the unstoppable. Very low on health this time around, though. So PNC in a good position on the flank from behind. Now, finally, TMQ will get taken down. His second death of the game in the 6th round. And they're on the fast rotate. He might catch them, but that smoke is going to work in their favor. He's going to have to push on through it. Are they sat waiting for him? Yes, they are. You can see them, guns trained towards him. 70 kg gets the cover while LSN gets the plant down. LSN comes across. Easy stuff. PNC goes down. It's 6-1, and this is looking like it might be a bit of a ruffle stomp.
Yeah, PNC for me needed to do better there as well. He had the first bullets exchanged and nothing connected. We'll have to see if he can pick it up a little bit later, but 6-1. You rightly said, D-Man, this is looking very, very one-sided, and all gamers, I feel like I'm in the Philippines right now. I feel like, you know, I'm seeing the same stuff from them. Poor day 1, day 2, they come out fighting. 70 kg. He's not pulled a sniper out on this map, but he certainly do damage with the AK. Gunfight going down. Shocks stuck in the corner as TMQ.
Can we just watch TMQ the whole game? I mean,
can we just watch a double?
He's just got another double. He's on 19-3 right now. Deagle comes out, Even picks up the gun.
It's a double for Even as well.
7-1, yeah, double for Even, but 19-3. 8 rounds in.
Outstanding.
What is going on?
It comes to a point when you're in round 9 and you have got the same amount of kills as your whole team put together.
We should be clear on this. XCN Executioners will go out. They lose this game, but TMQ is just not being beaten. 20 frags now and counting. Levine comes through, finally puts end to him. And this looks like it may be the 2nd round, but it's a 2-on-2, and I wouldn't rule out all gamers just yet.
Yeah, ZQ in a nice little tight spot here. LSN's going to plant the bomb. He's going to throw some grenades out, and the grenade's not going to connect. It doesn't need to connect to 70 kg. Puts round number 8 on the board, and my goodness, we are seeing
what a half.
An absolute stomp here.
What a half. 8-1 for the first half. Absolute domination. 20 frags for TMQ. I think he may have hit 21 at the end there. I don't know. I know he was definitely on 20. Either way.
He picked up 1 just before he went down in the window there, but there's nothing really else you can talk about, in all honesty. You look at TMQ, and we said before the game, you know, they were looking confident, they were looking happy, and how he takes this into the second side, I'm not sure, but 2 rounds away from knocking out the Indonesian squad of XCN.
Well, there he is on the end there. TMQ, the man of the moment, absolutely dominated here. And let's see if they're going to close it out in a simple 10-1, because now they're on defense. Now it's XCN's turn to go a little aggressive. They're going to try the hotel push. LSN, first kill of the game. ZQ chimes in with 1. There's TMQ, gets yet another. And this is looking like it might be a very quick start to the day, Phil.
Yep. You know what? You asked me whether I was ready. We were preparing, getting ready for this game. I'm
glad we took 2 hours to get this point.
It's just gone within 10, 15 minutes. Just slipped between our fingers here. And again, we'll see Shock now in a 1v5.
TMQ again.
It's just not right.
Evan's just chuckling away. He's like, well, this is not what we expected for our game in the morning. This is a very different All Gamers from the matchup we saw against RU Legends yesterday. Dominant stuff. TMQ, well, he's not going to get the record because I don't think he's going to get a chance to. They need Executions to pick up some frags, and finally they do. Finally they get 2. Levine, a quick double for him as they back away. TMQ gets yet another,
2.
and another. And can he get the final one? No. Levine actually has picked up 4 in this round.
Yeah, he's on for the
He's
ace
on the
here.
ace here, yeah.
Well, they're both low on health, PNC as well. LSN now in a good spot. He's going to come around the corner. He can find both. He finds one. The pre-fight comes in. He finds the second. He does!
Oh,
that's going to be it!
Word.
LSN sends them home in a 10
to 1.
10-1 victory. I thought they got another round then, but I was thinking maybe they didn't.
Levine for the ace and a 1-on-1. Bam, let's even get both. Why not? You know, why not? That's just... We said they look good. We said they look confident. And by God, did they dominate that game. TMQ, I think, ended up with at least 25 frags. Absolute no doubt about who MVP is for that game. 10-1. That is not the way the Executioners saw their tournament ending this morning. And All Gamers, of course, will go now onto a replay of yesterday's first game of the day. They're going to be facing RU Legends in the loser bracket finals to see if they can reach those quarterfinals. And, well, that is the buoyant form that we saw on day 2 in Manila.
Yeah, I'm really happy to see All Gamers bounce back because now I feel we have got the best of
now
them.
Now they're living up to their favourites tag, effectively.
And I think that we could very well see, obviously, Vici against All Gamers at some point in this tournament. And I think that is the game that I've got my eyes on. But I just love the positivity coming out, the smiles from the All Gamers here.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous to anyone that has to face it now. When they have big grins on their face like that, more importantly, when it's TMQ, it's like the guy that was quiet yesterday, didn't really do a great deal. You know, he suddenly comes in and puts the pulls up 25. That's when you know you're in trouble. When everybody on the team can start stepping up. You don't rely on LSN, who's been stood next to him, who really kind of had a quiet game because there wasn't much left to kill.
That's it. I mean, the only thing we can talk about is how great TMQ played. You can't really touch on the other individuals because there was only so much they could do. And yes, we saw them, you know, even actually picked up a double here and there and everything like that. But in essence, it really wasn't that much.
Well, confirmation of the win for All Gamers. Solid stuff overall. No doubt about it. 10-1. A dominant start to the day. And the captain, 70kg, didn't even need a frag for the first 4 rounds, but when the rest of your team are playing like that, it's all good.